Hello, parents. This is Mary Keenly, principal of St. Theresa School, and I am very excited to welcome you to the 69th year of St. Theresa School, the 2023-24 school year. As we come back to the new school year, our theme for the year is very simple. We're going to be focusing on our mission of forming your Christian scholars for the 21st century. We've been talking about our mission quite a bit, and you're very aware of our performance virtues of thinker, collaborator, communicator, and creator. This year, we're going to be introducing your children and you to a set of moral virtues that underlie these performance virtues. The three virtues of charity, integrity, and wisdom. Each day, as we begin our day, we will remember our vision, we will remember the mission of the school and what we are compelled to become, these Christian scholars, in our new Christian Scholar Pledge. Our children will say each morning, I am a Christian scholar. I am kind in how I treat others. I am honest in what I say and do, and I am wise in my choices. I know I am a beloved child of God. I am a Christian scholar. We will follow this each morning with our traditional prayer, the prayer of Saint Therese, and then we will say the Pledge of Allegiance, kicking off our day faced in the right direction, reminding ourselves of all the things that are important. As we start our year focusing on our mission, we are excited to inform you of some developments in our program. We are very aware that there have been some concerns regarding math. We used a new resource last year. Our test scores were great. They show that their kids are making not only average typical growth or annual typical growth, but also the stretched typical growth numbers in both reading and in mathematics. But we knew there was some disconnect going on. And so we've brought in a math consultant. His name is Mr. Chris Aruska, and he's going to be working with us, working with the teachers very directly, looking at our instruction in mathematics, looking at our assessment data, both how we gather our assessment data and what we do with it, and also to help us improve our instruction directly. He is also on board to help us communicate with you more effectively. How do we explain to you what's going on in the classroom? How do you help your child? Because some of us are finding this very stressful and very difficult to do. So we're very excited to begin working with him and to see the results of his impact throughout the year. We're also very excited to bring on board an early childhood enrichment teacher. Mrs. Stacy O'Keefe will be working directly with the preschool team this year on the enrichment fields of music, art, and what we are calling movement, physical education, which involves gross motor movement with the young teachers. Focusing in on our youngest learners in this way will give them a great advantage and a great opportunity to continue and grow in these important areas of their education. We have also expanded our resource department, bringing Mrs. Joanne Spackner into the resource department, focusing more on the intermediate level. She not only will be working with the students, but she will also be working with the intermediate team as a mentor, helping bring our new staff on board and really focusing on the excellence that we know St. Theresa School to be. There have been some pretty intense developments in the Mind Cave. I can't wait to show you the new furniture and the new tools we have in there. And we're very excited to introduce you to the new Word of Life religion resource in K through 6th grade and the new confirmation resource we will be using in 7th and 8th grade. Stay tuned for more information from your teachers on these wonderful resources and watch for an invitation to connect with the new parent portal in the Word of Life series in grades K through 6. We have a very strong team coming into the 23-24 school year and some new faces. We're excited to welcome Mrs. Bridget Ziebka to our kindergarten team. Mrs. Ziebka is a very experienced teacher coming to us from Arlington Heights. We are also excited to introduce you to Ms. Kara Denton. who will be teaching in the fifth grade, a fifth grade ELA and a fifth grade homeroom, and Miss Kayla Sachs, also in ELA, but in fourth grade in the fourth grade homeroom. Miss Gia Pappas will be our music teacher this year. Some of you may have met Miss Pappas last year as she worked with the musical and she was subbing here at St. Theresa. And Mrs. Marisa Goebel will be teaching seventh grade homeroom, and she will be teaching the middle school Spanish curriculum. Mrs. Goebel comes to us from Mexico, and she is currently living in this area, and she is very excited to continue her teaching career here at St. Theresa School. Ms. Tori Moran will be an esteemed 8th grade homeroom teacher, also teaching ELA. I've said a little bit already about Mrs. Stacy O'Keefe, our new early childhood enrichment teacher, and we are excited to be introducing you to a science teacher in the very near future. Please stay tuned for that. In addition to adding some new faces, we have some new names in our building as well, as it seemed to be the summer of weddings at St. Theresa School. Miss Margot Lance was married this summer. She is now Mrs. Margot Mertis. Miss Lisa Del Judas is now Mrs. Lisa Lahart, and Miss Emily Volmert will now become Mrs. Emily Walzinski on September 15th. And also, as I explained, Mrs. Joanne Spackner will be moving into the intermediate resource team in a position change here at St. Theresa School. Just to keep you on top of this calendar, which is going to move very quickly this year, our orientations will occur on the 16th and 17th of August. On Wednesday, August 16th, the preschool parent orientation will be at 5:00 p.m. in the teacher's classroom, and the kindergarten parent orientation will be at 6:00 p.m. in the kindergarten classrooms. On Thursday, August 17th, we will hold curriculum night for the 1st through 8th grades. That night starts at 5:00 in the O'Brien. Monday, August 21st is the Meet the Teacher Day. Come anytime you want between 7:30 and 11 with your kids. Bring them to their classrooms, drop off all their school supplies on this day, and get them situated for the start of the school year the next day on August 22nd. And just a reminder, school starts at 7:40 for kindergarten through 8th grade. Drop-off starts at 7:20, and preschool, you start at 8 o'clock. Just a quick reminder that both the preschool, kindergarten, and parent orientations and curriculum night are for parents only. The children should not participate in these events. Please come, get a babysitter if you can, and come and enjoy this night of just grown-ups to learn about the exciting year ahead for your young learners. There are more exciting dates coming on the calendar. Right away on Thursday, August 24th, it's Picture Day. Preschool through 8th grade, and then if your preschooler doesn't attend on Thursday, there will be a follow-up picture day on Friday, August 25th. But the main picture day, everybody should be dressed and ready to go on August 24th. Our drill day will be Friday, September 1st, the day that we run all our drills in the morning, and our student council will be helping us enjoy our end of our second week of school with a great student council pep rally on that day as well. Mark your calendars for the bonfire on Saturday, September the 16th. And just to get it in the books and get your arrangements made, Grandparents' Day, Friday, September 29th, starting with Mass in the church at 8 a.m. Towards the end of last year, there were a number of questions raised about our school safety. So I'd like to take a minute to go over some of our school safety procedures that we use and some of the tools that we have to help keep your children safe. First line of safety, as always is in your house too, are the doors. Our doors are locked 100% of the time, and they are monitored at arrival and dismissal, as well as at times such as recess. Other than that, you will find our doors always locked. Entry and exit through the building outside of arrival and dismissal are only at doors 1 and 2. For STEP, please follow the procedures from STEP. We have also expanded our camera security throughout the campus, offering not only a better view of the campus, but also recordings of what is going on in different parts of our campus. As an adult, you should enter and exit only through doors 1 and 2. When you come into the building, you will be buzzed into the building and then buzzed into the school reception, so 2 layers of security there. And all adults in the building must sign in the main office with Mrs. Sobey. While they are in the building, adults must always be identified with the yellow STS lanyards. All adults in the building are badged. Another way that you can help keep us safe, grown-ups, is to complete all your compliance regulations as soon as you can so that you have that all in place to be around the children. Please remember that parents are not allowed into the main part of the building after Meet the Teacher Day without an appointment. So for example, if you're a mystery reader or you have a conference, then you come right in, but you're not allowed just to go down to the classrooms. And that's for the sake of school safety, as well as so that we can keep learning running and keep the teachers focused on your kids throughout the day. One of the ways that we do help keep all our kids safe is through our compliance procedures. And please remember that you cannot be in contact with the kids without full compliance. Apple Day will come fast and Halloween is just around the corner and you're going to want to be involved in those things. So get your compliance training done quickly. You can follow instructions in the email or you can go right on the website into the parent portal. It's right there in the middle of the parent pull down and you can see the compliance requirements and get them moving so that you are fully compliant and you can be with the kids every time we have an activity this year. Please remember that here at St. Theresa, we take everything regarding both student and facility security very seriously. We act first and we investigate second. We're going to call 911 first, then we're going to figure out what's going on. We are blessed with an amazing Palatine police and fire departments. They're here to have our backs, and they would much rather help us investigate and come out for nothing than to come out for something after it's already happened. We also engage in regular inspections of the different aspects of the building, starting with door inspections, fire alarm inspections, sprinkler inspections. There's about 30 of them. There's a lot of inspections going on in this building. In addition, we regularly walk the building. Our fire department comes and walks the building a couple times a year. Our police department comes and checks in on us about once a month. And we all have our eyes and ears open for different aspects of the building that could undermine the security that we offer you. We have full, as you would expect, alert and alarm systems. When we are in a situation of security, we do communicate with you over the School Rush app. So please be sure that you have that downloaded and ready to go. If you are new to the school, watch for an email inviting you to participate in the School Rush app. We ask that when we send you an emergency text or an emergency email about something going on in the building, please wait for us to communicate. Don't try to communicate back with us until we say so. The simple reason is that we probably won't be able to communicate back to you. It's not uncommon that if something happens in the building, like the fire alarm goes off or something like that, that we're not answering phones or we're not on our email. So when if an emergency announcement comes over School Rush, just wait for us to get back to you, and we'll get back to you with a status report as quickly as we can. We ask that when you receive instructions that you please follow them to the letter. We know that these situations are very stressful. Your child is with us, you are not with them, and it's very stressful for you. But the best thing to do is follow the instructions we give to the letter, and you will help ensure their safety. The other piece of our building security that is very important to us and very a serious part of our program is your eyes and ears. If you see something that's amiss, please say something. You see a window left open or a door that doesn't look like it's closed or somebody in the neighborhood that just doesn't look like they belong or doesn't look like they have the best intentions for everybody. An abandoned car, anything you see. If you see something, please say something. You can just let Mrs. Sobey know right away or the teacher at the door. You can send an email. We'd rather you kind of call because it's a little quicker. But don't hesitate. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about taking care of our kids here while they're in the building and keeping the whole community here safe. So please be part of it. Keep your eyes and ears open. And if you see something that just feels off or looks off or is off, give us a call real quick and we'll get it taken care of and we'll let you know how things are going. Another aspect of the health and safety of the school building is very simply germs. So in case you weren't aware, we have germs here at St. Theresa School. And in fact, we have quite a number of germs of various types and sorts. So we ask that if your child is sick, if you please keep him or her home. What does sick mean? For many kids, it's just that you can tell right away that they're off. They're not quite right. There's something is going on with your child. But more directly and more data driven, if your child has had a fever in the last 24 hours, they need to stay home and get better. If your child has been sick to their stomach in the last 24 hours and it wasn't from something that you are aware of, like they choked on something, then they're sick and they should really stay home for 24 hours. If they're experiencing gastrointestinal distress, and for the record, Mrs. Montry wanted me to say something else here, but I'm not going to say this on a presentation to the parents. Please keep your child home until their insides are all sorted out and they not only are free of germs, but they also are more comfortable being in school. From time to time, you will send your child to school in good conscience and your child falls ill here at school. If you get a call from us, please come and pick your child up within 20 minutes. We ask that you please don't argue with us about this. Mrs. Montry is not only a registered nurse, but she's also a stay-in-school advocate. She doesn't like sending kids home. So if she's telling you that you need to come pick up your child is sick and they need to come home and be in their own bed and maybe snuggle with you on your lap. We ask that you do pick them up within 20 minutes of our call. If you can't do this, please give Mrs. Montry a call and she will help put you in contact with some of your neighbors who send their kids to school here so that you can maybe set up a little team and support each other and help each other out if a child gets sick here at school. So on to the topic that everybody is wondering about is the buses. As of right now, we have very limited morning-only bus routes of 3 small buses. We have not received any instructions on this. I have met with the bus transportation people at District 15 numerous times last year, especially intensely in the spring, and 3 times in the last 6 weeks in this summer. We have once again rejected their proposal of bus service that would have school starting around 9:15 to 9:30 in the morning and afternoon pickup at 3:45, between 3:45 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It is not beneficial to your child's education to not even begin their learning until 9:30, quarter to 10, and it certainly is not beneficial for them to be staying here when the darkness is actually starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. In addition, if you followed the bus pickups from last year in the district, you know that the 3:45 pickup times were not actually happening until after 4 o'clock, sometimes as late as 4:30. Thank you very much for those of you who have responded to the bus survey. Please watch for a campaign coming from the Parents Association to communicate more directly with the district. The Parents Association will be guiding you on how we can communicate with the district and letting the superintendent of schools and the school board be aware that you, as both residents and taxpayers of Palatine, are not satisfied with the way St. Theresa School, exclusively St. Theresa School, is being treated in this situation. So please watch for that email from your Parents Association. So because we don't have adequate busing at this point in time, we will be using very similar drop-off procedures in the morning as we did last year. Kindergarten through 8th grade, your drop-off is between 7:20 and 7:40, remembering, of course, the tardy bell rings at 7:40. Preschool, please wait for instructions from your preschool teachers on morning drop-off. Letters A through L will drop off on the Benton side at door 1, and letters M through Z on the playground side at door 2. We ask that you please be ready to exit the car when you pull out, coats and backpacks on or within easy reach. We ask that you, the parents, please do not exit the car to help your child. Please help your child be as independent as possible, and we will help with the other part. Please also signal us if you have safety locks on your door so that we can come and open the latch for your child. We ask that you please do not keep items in the trunk. This is a huge safety issue in the morning if you are standing at the back of the car or your child is at the back of the car with another car right there. When you come onto the property, please pull all the way up to the end of the drop-off lane. Don't try to stop in front of the door. You're never going to get there and it's going to hold up the line. So please pull all the way up to the end of the drop-off lane and drop off there. There will, of course, be plenty of staff there to help you out. In the afternoon, the pickup for kindergarten through 8th grade, Monday through Thursday, is at 2:30, and on Fridays it is at 1:30. A small change here, letters A through P are picked up on the on the back lot. Pulling in from Benton down the little way into the Dolan lot and staging Disneyland style, roped around, it's all marked into the Dolan lot. A through G will go to the left and pick up along the playground. H through P will pick up at the school entrance. Don't worry, we will go over this again. R through Z and families that have middle school only children can pick up on the Benton side, pulling in from Benton into the south entrance of the Benton parking lot and pulling around carefully to the church steps. We ask that you follow the instructions that the people out there are giving you so that everybody stays safe and it works very efficiently. Just a couple reminders again that we do have to be patient, especially in the first 2 weeks. The timing on the first day will be very, very slow. But if we're all following the rules within a very short period of time, a few days, we can get that pickup down to about 12 minutes start to finish. We ask also that you please do not block the driveways. If you're staging on Benton to pick your child up on the church steps, or if you're coming down the little way, please do not block the driveways. It's a discourtesy. It is not charitable to the families that live on the street, and Father Tim yells at me when you block his driveway. When you are picking up your child again, please stay in your car. Do not get out to help your child, and please do not park and walk up to retrieve your child. Pull up and your child will hop in your car right there. It's very efficient, it's very convenient, and it works just great. Please remember that your child always exits on the passenger side, right onto the sidewalk, so you may have to move around some car seats. And please, again, follow the rules. They're designed not only for efficiency, but also, and more importantly, for student safety and, quite honestly, the safety of your bumpers. The uniform code this year is very similar to past year with a couple tweaks that we're going to be talking about here in a minute. And please be aware that we are very strictly enforcing the uniform code this year. So please be sure that you know what the uniform dress code is and that your child has what he or she needs to get to school every day and to be in 100% uniform every day. Just some tweaks, kindergarten through 5th grade. Watch the socks. The socks have to come up and cover the ankle. We are enforcing this year, no sports socks in the elementary grades. Also, the young elementary men, sorry, no long hair in elementary school. The young men in elementary school grades up through grade 5 must be cut above the collars, the ears, and the eyes. So sorry, no more hockey hair in elementary school. Got to get the hair cut so that the kids can see and they can hear what's going on in school. Middle school, we have also made some tweaks. That's grades 6 through 8. And the hair on the young men can be long, but it has to be cleaned, it has to be styled, and it has to be out of the eyes 100% of the school day. So it has to be styled in such a way that your child isn't constantly flipping their hair out of their eyes. This actually goes for the young ladies as well, but we see it more in the men. For socks in the middle school, both the middle school ladies and gentlemen have to wear white, black, or navy socks. However, in middle school only, no-show socks are allowed, as long as they have some socks on their feet that are white, black, or navy. And just a reminder again for the young men that the men's pants are the light khaki from the uniform store. They are not that orange gold khaki color. They're the lighter khaki. If you have any questions, please go on the website or call Dennis Uniform directly and they will help you out. So please notice these tweaks in the uniform and be aware that if your child comes home with a note saying they were out of uniform, please do what you can to help your child be in perfect uniform every day. It's very important that we maintain very open lines of communication, and I know this was an area we struggled in a little bit last year, so we're going to be improving this year. The number one communication source that we actually have here at St. Theresa is our calendar. Staying on top of the calendar. The calendar is on the website, and it's also embedded in School Rush, and it can sync right to your phones, right to your own personal calendars. We also use email quite a bit, both globally from the school, as well as your teachers, and you can typically communicate very effectively back and forth on email. We do have the School Rush app. For parents who are new to the school, you will be receiving a direct invitation to download the School Rush app. It's yellow and looks like a clock, and start opening your School Rush account. We expect those to be coming out at any minute. They could come out anytime. We were on the phone with them today, so we're waiting for that to be pushed out. Preschool through third grade, your parents also communicate with you via Seesaw, so watch for information on this from your teachers. Believe it or not, we still use telephones here at St. Theresa School, and we love phone calls. Sometimes it's easier to communicate on email. Johnny has a dentist appointment, or um, um, you know, Johnny spilled his grape juice on his pants in the car on the way to school, whatever the case may be. But when we're talking about things about your child or questions or concerns, the phone is a great way to operate. Kind of weird. Sometimes the best way to make a phone call is to send an email asking the teacher what a good time to call would be. Then you can have a direct conversation and really talk human to human. We also love parent and teacher conferences. Of course, there are two set programs of parent-teacher conferences, one around Columbus Day, right before Columbus Day, and one again in February, right before President's Day weekend. But that's not the only parent-teacher conferences we have. You can make an appointment to see your child's teacher at any time, and teacher can do the same thing, asking to see you in person, sitting down across from each other, helping figure out what we need to do to support your child. So don't hesitate. You can absolutely sign up for parent-teacher conferences in October. However, don't hesitate to make an appointment to see your child's teacher whenever you feel the need to talk to him or her directly, and your child's teacher will do the same thing. We are also happy to go old school, and if you need to write a note to your child's teacher, please don't hesitate to do so. Not a great recommended practice, much above grade 2, simply because the notes don't tend to end up in our possession. But if you've got littles, a handwritten note is a great thing, and your teachers will tell you exactly where to put those notes so they can find them. Please be sure you are following us on Facebook and Instagram, as well as on the school website, which is a host of information, both static information and dynamic information. Handbooks and phone numbers and calendars, everything is on our website. We love our website. And then finally, we also have our weekly newsletter. Comes out on Thursdays, and it has all the information you could need about what's going on here at St. Theresa School. In terms of communication, there's a couple important emails on their way to you. First has to do with special lunches. Another one is a reminder about compliance so that you can be active with your children here in the school. And finally, and most importantly, the curriculum night videos. Video from your teacher to you, introducing you to curriculum night and what to expect when you come. Those will be coming to your email boxes at 5 p.m. on Monday evening. Just again, a couple reminders that the curriculum nights are occurring next week, Wednesday, August 16th, 5 o'clock preschool, 6 o'clock kindergarten, and Thursday, August 17th for grades 1 through 8, starting at 5 o'clock in the O'Brien. Don't forget that all your forms are due on curriculum night. All your medical forms have to be completed by curriculum night, and any compliance forms that you need to turn in so that you can volunteer. Make sure your child has completed their summer study, both in math and for the older kids, the August book, 3rd through 8th grade, the August book, because that will be the first thing you're going to be talking about in your English classes. And finally, like I've been saying, make sure your School Rush app is active. If you're new to the school, again, watch for that email. If you have questions about any of these, please feel free to give Mrs. Sobey a call in the main office. Just call the main school number and she will pick up, and she'd be more than happy to help you out. And finally, as we kick off this 69th year of St. Theresa School, I really encourage you to let this be the year that you get involved. So many great things happen when parents get involved in the life of the school. The school actually gets better when parents are involved because we get better feedback. We have more eyes on what's going on, and we learn more about each other, and we work together for the sake of your children more effectively. And we all know, you know as much as we do, that forming kids is all about modeling. We want examples of great people, people who live with charity, integrity, and wisdom around our kids at all times. When you come and volunteer, that's what you're doing for your kids, and that's what you're doing for all the other kids. We need you. We can't run activities and we can't do the fun part of school without you. And we really can't grow and develop without your involvement, your participation, and your support. So let this be the year that you get involved. We have involvement that spans the whole scope of being the person that sends an email once a month, or does some graphic design work, or organizes some things, never even having to come to a meeting or come to school, to people that are running huge events here at school, and literally everything in between. It's a great way to come, a great way to meet friends, a great way to better understand what is occurring here at school and the mission of St. Theresa School. And if you think about it, can you think of anyone who ever said that they wished that they weren't so involved in their child's education? I don't think so. I think as your children grow and you look back, you will be very grateful that you had this opportunity to participate, both for the fun that you created, as well as for what you contributed to schools like the school you have chosen, St. Theresa. You are all great parents. You've made a great choice for your child to partner with us in the formation and education of your child. So come on in and be a part of this school in a whole new way this year. So I'm looking very forward to seeing everyone here at St. Theresa, the little guys at preschool and kindergarten on Wednesday, first through eighth grade parents on Thursday for the curriculum nights. And I'm also looking forward to seeing everyone at the bonfire on Saturday, September 16th. So have a great evening, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all next week and having a great year here at St. Theresa School.